Welcome, sports fans. Thanks for joining us. With Steve Kerr and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan. And it's time for NBA basketball on 2K Sports. A quick check now at the starting five for both teams. Someone will be keeping an eye on John Wall.
You know, there are so many elite athletes at that point guard spot in the NBA, Kevin, but John Wall might be the best. His blend of speed, strength, agility is just amazing to watch. And when he can get out in transition in particular, that's when he's at his best.
He's so fast and agile, you forget that he's 6'4", strong and wiry. When he gets hacked on the finish, he can not only absorb the hit, but finish the layup as well. He's a terrific talent.
Well, Washington Wizards coming to this one following a loss to the Spurs in San Antonio.
It was not a very inspired performance for them, particularly defensively. I thought, they gave the hostile crowd a lot to cheer about, frankly.
Yeah, they allowed a lot of free runs to the hoop, a lot of open jumpers, and in the end, the opponent's shooting percentage was right through the roof, and you can't. Win when that's the case. Well, that was a quick foul for him there. The refs are certainly calling it close. The 6'11" big man out of Brazil, Dman, has really good quickness and mobility for a player of his size. Maybe it's the soccer background. He's light-footed for a guy who goes well over 250 pounds. And that helps him at both ends of the court.
2 shots. And he knocks down the first one. And for Dman, he can bang inside and cover on the perimeter pretty well for a big guy.
Well, and offensively, I mean, his quickness makes him a pretty good roll man. And then when he gets to the rim, he finishes strong with either hand.
And so Dman nails both of them.
A slow start to the season for the Wizards last year, but they were able to rally and turn things around in part because of how they were able to play at home. Winning at home, always the easiest way to jumpstart a streak.
Now here's Favors. Jazz passing it around. The shot's good from Cantor.
And I'll bet that's what they talked about before the game. You know, getting the ball inside early.
Well, it worked to perfection there. I like the game plan. Get it inside, force the defense to react, and then play off your big men.
Beal with it. He's guarded by Hayward. And Beal kicks to Porter. Favors against Dman. 5 to shoot. Wing shot on the way. Wall's shot is off. Winning at home, a big part of how the Wizards turned things around. Ended up with a 22-19 record, which is something considering they dropped their first 5 here in D.C.
Well, it was interesting. Once Wall came back from the injury, things started to come together. You have the veteran front line with Dman and Okafor, good shot blocking. It's a pretty well-rounded team, and I think finally things are looking up in Washington.
And with a moment here, let's catch up on the action from the studio with Damon Bruce.
Great, Kevin. Thanks so much. There are already games out west that have gone final. Let's have a look. For Minnesota, a loss to the Nuggets over at Pepsi Center. Kevin Love was their top scorer. It was the Lakers taking the win at Staples Center over the Grizzlies. That's about all the time we have for us until the Sprint halftime report. Back to you guys.
And we appreciate the update, Damon. Thank you so much.
You know, there's still so many question marks surrounding a lot of these teams. So some of these early season games can be very revealing.
And he can't hit the second.
And what you like with Trey Burke, he really can do it all at the point guard position. Pass, shoot, he's very poised, under control, and a good leader as well.
Doris Burke had a chance to catch up with head coach Randy Whitman. Doris, what did he have to say?
I asked him what the main reason was for the disappointing record so far. He said, it's not that easy to put a finger on, but we seem to lack that killer instinct. We don't have the confidence to finish teams off, even when we've got them on the ropes. Let's see if they can change their luck tonight, guys.
And thank you, Doris. And back to Burke at 6'1", not elite size or great athleticism, Clark, for the point guard position, some say.
But he makes up for that lack of size and athleticism with smarts and a desire to get better and a really excellent shooting stroke. So I think when you look at Burke, he's a guy that's going to continue to get better.
The first one falls.
Guys, there were a lot of questions about what went wrong for Utah last year as they saw themselves slip from a middle-of-the-pack playoff team to being on the outside looking in at the playoffs. One reason was their play on the road.
And so he's able to get one of two. As you said with the Jazz last year, getting wins on the road a big problem for them, and they just couldn't keep up in that category. Steve, with other teams vying for a playoff spot.
Yeah, they finished 13-28 on the road, and that was what kept them out of the postseason. They just have to improve in that regard this year if they're going to get into the playoffs.
Okafor with the block. And here we go, the Wizards fast break. And there's Porter on the assist from Beal. Porter's got his second basket of the night. It's been a slow start here for Utah. It's a 5-point game. First chance of the season for them to go up against this Wizards team.
This may not be an opponent they're overly familiar with, but it didn't stop them from winning both of the games they played last year.
Now here's Wall, following the shot by Alec Burks. Now here's Wall. Defense is right there. And in this first quarter, about 3 minutes played. Here's Burke. Count the bucket. Burke's got his first basket of the night. Steve just told us this was an East versus West matchup that treated them very well.
Well, as interconference opponents go, guys, this is one you'd probably pick to end up as it did. Porter
bounces high off the rim and drops.